Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
What's going on in the world of search engine optimization this week?
All right. So every month we do a special episode where we talk about the news, the recent news affecting local SEO. And so today I got 3 topics for you. 3 of them.
Ready.
All right. Topic number 1, Google released its answer to Chat GPT over the last few weeks. Do you know what it's called?
Google Chat.
No, it's called Bard. Don't ask me why, but Bard is its name. And if you were one of the lucky ones to get an invitation to test it out, then you were able to test it out. Guess who got one of those invites, Jamie?
Me.
And me. And you. Did you test it out?
No way.
All right. I did get an invite. I was
Google
able to.
doesn't listen to.
I could take it for a test drive, see how it compares a little to Chat GPT. I won't go into the nuts and bolts of it. We just don't have time. But I did do some side-by-side comparisons, and I can say that, it's an AI, content creating generator. Sounds like a robot, reads like a robot. Facts and figures, not so good. It says, hey, yes, I can give you that information, and then it pulls out information from whatever or wherever.
From Google.
No, actually, not from Google. But it does, and then you ask it, hey, can you fact check that for me and tell me the source? And then it responds with, this is a beta version of the software, and it makes up facts and figures, so you should never depend on this. So
that would have been good information on the front end.
You would think that that it would give you some good information, but that's where we kind of get in the thorny issue of these AI generating machines, Jamie, and that is the content they create. What's the copyright behind them? Right? If I go through the trouble of, creating some content for my website, and I include a whole bunch of facts and figures, I do a bunch of research on my own, and then I create this page, and then this AI scans that and then gives that information away without giving me me as a link to the source or some kind of recognition for that, then can I sue that chat robot and the company? And so that is actually a very thorny issue, and that has not gone away, and I don't think it's going to go away. This has led to Chat GPT being banned in Italy, of all places. So if you're in Italy, you can't use it, just because the copyright issues really haven't been ironed out. Weird, right?
Well, it's kind of funny that cockroaches and lawyers will be the only thing standing at the end of the world. So they're.
Yes, thank you. And the AI that has.
Nope, AI will have killed itself by then. So I can't take the lawyers.
Oh. How lucky they would be. All right. Anyway, it's interesting. The content that I've seen created with Bard, in my opinion, not as good as the content I've seen from Chat GPT. You can spot patterns in it. You can see that it might not have been ready for prime time. It's okay. Definitely don't depend on these AI systems to create content without you actually checking them and, correcting them and, making sure that the information presented is correct. All right. Just don't use this blindly is what I'd recommend.
Well, even Chat GPT right in the beginning was pretty clunky. And then 4 weeks later, it can pass the bar.
Yeah, that is true.
With 90%, only missing 10% of the questions.
That is pretty cool.
Pretty crazy.
All right. Next one. Google did over the past few weeks, they had the March 2023 core update. So they updated again the search engine results and how they are structured. And basically what it focused on, when Google does one of these core updates, they don't really tell anybody. They don't do any press releases. It's just kind of ripples to the surface. Like agencies like mine, we all communicate and we're like, hey, have you noticed what the? And then we'll find out that, yes, they have. Google will say, hey, we did a core update. And then we will kind of try and figure out how that affects search results. And the biggest way that we found is, again, authoritativeness. Google is really trying to push that. So for your local businesses, what that means is the content that you create on your website, you want to show that you're the authority in that category, right? So that means to show that you want to have on your website, on that page, a little about you kind of biography there with a link to the about you on your website. So that will translate to that robot of Google understanding that you are an authority. You're a real person. This is real content based on your standing in the community, in your category. You've been a plumber for 30 years, and that kind of information on there really does help the authority of your website. So if you don't have that about you page set up, if you don't have those articles with that author bio on the bottom, probably a good idea to start adding them ASAP. All right. Next
that
up.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another indication would be make sure that you're citing sources. Like if you're having basically cite sources no matter what you're writing. It does help with the authority of your page and the authority of where you got that information as well. So these are all things that.
And they'll be able to see it in Italy.
Yeah. Well, yes, of course. Just clear information, clearly and explicitly stating where this information came from, who wrote it, that kind of thing is all. That's what it focused on. That's what we saw. Those kind of pages rose in the rankings, and the ones without generally fell. So make sure to do that. Got it?
Got it.
All right. Our next one, last one is Google did announce, hey, for local businesses, we filter reviews. Did you know that, Jamie?
I did.
Yeah, they said actually that in 2022, they filtered over 115 million reviews. Mm-hmm. Awesome. They also they took down 200 million photos, and then more than 7 million videos were blocked, and 20 million attempts at creating fake profiles. We've talked about those before, about those fake profiles. Kind of my takeaway from this news is Google also said they use their own AI to spot AI-generated reviews, which I thought was interesting. So if you're using Chat GPT to write a review for your business, don't do that. But even for other businesses, has a more high likelihood of getting taken down because it was AI generated. And apparently they can spot that. Interesting, right? That was a good one.
AI wars.
Yeah, so I think what that leads me to once again say is when you're leaving or when you have a customer who wants to give a review for your business, get them to do a number of things if you can. The more of these, the better. Take a picture, get directions to your business, call your business from that Google Maps, and then don't connect to the Wi-Fi, just connect to a cellular data when they write that review. That's basically,
wow.
Yeah, those are the big ones that you can do to hopefully get that review filter, get by that review filter.
So it's the end of reviews is what you're saying.
No, it's more like Yelp reviews where, a bunch are getting, I know from our own company, I've seen our reviews fluctuate. So some days they'll be 60 plus, some days they'll be 50. I mean, it's weird. It's very weird. And that's just the way it is.
Could not agree more. Yeah. And then sometimes competitor ones have 150, and then some days they have 40.
Well, most of the time they just have 150. I don't know. It seems that the ones who care about it the most are the ones who, hey, wait a second. What's going on here?
Yeah.
But just understand that filtering is getting more aggressive. It's AI based. They do have, I'll put it in the show notes, but there is a redress form if you think your review has been filtered. Of course, the business can't fill that out, but the person can. Yay. So as a business owner, you just definitely want to make getting reviews part of your strategy. It's just, they only help, and they help in so many different ways. So get them.
Okay.
All right. That's all I got. Questions?
Okay. Well, how soon before Bard takes over Google?
Yeah, how it gives its sources, that's going to be a big sticking point. I don't know how this can work feasibly because of the sourcing.
Well, you're not an AI. Oh.
I guess in the answers they could say, hey, here are 10 sources where we got this information. That's okay. Google's answer is they put a little button on the bottom of the response and it says, Google it. So it allows you to actually, from Bard, press that button and it will Google your response. I guess that's one way. For local SEO, it's interesting. I'm very excited to see how this is going to affect local results, because when you ask Bard for, hey, give me a list of the top 10 plumbers in my city, it will create a top 10 list, and it will change every time. You can do it multiple times, and we've seen it change the results. And you're like, okay, this has nothing to do with reality. It's still at the beginning stages, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, when that day comes.
This time next month.
Yeah, I know.
Be a different spot. So.
Yeah, this AI stuff is exciting, but I want to only focus on how this affects local businesses. So, there yet is my pronouncement.
Well, the good news is AI all needs electricity. So they can't make their own electricity yet. So they still have control for a little while. But
yes.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. That's all I got, Jamie.
Well, if you have a question about AI, definitely check out the AI podcast. There's thousands and thousands of them, probably all done by AI. But if you have a question on AI in relation to local SEO and local search engine optimization, feel free to reach out to us on our LinkedIn or Facebook page. Leave us a question and we will try to get to it in an upcoming topic. I'm sure AI is going to be a tremendous source of content from now into eternity. Maybe even one day they'll take over and we won't even need us anymore. Right, Adam?
Let's hope not.
Okay. And then let's hope not. And then please make sure to review this podcast. Do it from a cellular network and not from a Wi-Fi.
Yay!
Oh boy! And add a picture of Adam. If you Google it, hit a picture, see his picture there. And then also make sure to share this out to if you know businesses that are struggling with creating new content for their website or anything to do with content creation. Share this podcast out with them. It'll be a great resource, not just for this episode, but for future episodes and past episodes. So for past episodes, they can go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then there's a search bar there. And you can type in any search terms, and chances are there's at least one, if not 3 podcasts there already. So with that, we will talk to you next week. And thank you very much, everybody.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.